I'm smiling. Releasing endorphins.
Does that actually work?
Yeah.
Smiling just releases endorphins. It's been that easy my
Yes.
whole life.
Yeah. When I'm in a bad mood, I smile.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
That's creepy.
Yes. 'Cause
Imagine you're just sitting there. There was this one girl at my school. She was nice, but like they all just had these weird quirks. She wasn't as weird as the guy who acted like an animal, who like he would be sitting in class like, and at school lunch he would put his face down in his food and he wouldn't eat it with utensils.
I had a T-Rex at my school.
What?
He would go
No.
with his hands here.
But like how old? Because I'm talking high school.
His
Like
name
this
was
guy
Jimmy.
act like this
His
in
name
high
was
school.
Jimmy.
Jimmy?
Yeah, I see. I name drop.
Oh, I'm just afraid. Like they didn't ask for it. They're from like rural Wisconsin.
Second grade, you could act like
Yeah,
a
but
T-Rex.
you second grade. Yeah, no, that's a little bit more acceptable than a senior in high school eating their lunch with their
senior in high.
Yes. Circling back to the girl in my class, she just would sit there and she'd be like doing something, and she'd go and start like the creepiest smiles.
That's giving mental illness.
We all kind of did, I guess. We grew up where we grew up.
Speaking of how we got here,
Oh, the podcast. I forgot for a second.
because what did we get?
Sidetracked. That was the best freaking intro to that I could have actually ever come up with.
Guys, we had to change the name from Famous to Sidetracked.
This makes more sense.
Yeah, we're not going to harp too much on it, but every single episode we got sidetracked, and we
Yeah.
kept on saying we should have named it that because our podcast in 2021 that we filmed 5 episodes of and never posted was called Sidetracked. And
Yeah,
we got
I
a
don't know
lot-
why we didn't just follow our gut.
We got a lot of gut to follow.
I'm gonna have a little bit less gut actually since last time they saw me.
That's funny you say that because I have so much more gut.
we just
ga-
swapped.
Yeah.
Swapped guts.
I know.
That
no.
sounds wrong.
I'm gonna use it. After a lot of trauma,
Uh-huh.
I binge ate and I gained 20 pounds in a month, and we're just gonna be audio listeners for
Yeah, been there, done that. Close your eyes. Don't look at us.
yeah.
Although, if you look around, we are in a new environment.
We're gonna get onto like your new house stuff.
Yeah, we didn't say hello. Hi.
We're back.
Yeah,
You guys are
welcome
gonna
back
get-
to the pod.
Yeah, welcome back to the Sidetrack Pod. You're gonna get the
Oh,
whole.
that sounds so much better.
Yeah.
Sidetracked.
You're
We,
gonna get all the updates on our life, especially in this episode. However, I just want to say that this is not.
the final set.
This is temporary. We have a whole bunch of stuff coming. So far, we just got the chairs.
Yeah, we just didn't want to wait to hang out with you. We were just really antsy. Honestly, I don't think we realized how much we love the podcast until we weren't filming the podcast
It was so
anymore.
sad.
It was like, where did it go? I think, 2 months off?
I think of the whole first like 10 episodes, which is what we filmed so far, as like the pilot episodes,
Yeah.
like the pilot season. Even though we're not doing seasons anymore, we're not taking
No.
breaks. This
Well,
is
we
gonna be
might
it,
take a break.
if we have to.
Like, we get I was going to say chlamydia, but I don't plan on getting chlamydia.
You never know though.
Well, I can't get chlamydia.
Why?
I only have one partner. We have a different problem if I get chlamydia.
What's the? Oh,
He would be cheating.
yeah, or you would be.
Well, it wouldn't be me.
Well,
It simply wouldn't be me. I hate
I'm sure you would
humans.
say the same thing.
Yeah, probably. So maybe I just won't get chlamydia. Why am I talking about getting chlamydia? I'm
You
so
never
sorry.
know what can happen, Sam.
Well,
You
how
use a
could that
lot of public
happen?
Bathrooms.
But you're not going to get that from a public toilet.
I
Well, our
think-
coochies do touch the seat. But as long as you just stand up and you don't like slide off the front.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
What?
Back up. You don't put toilet paper down
No.
Wait,
Nobody does that.
in a public bathroom?
Yeah. It would just fall in. What are you talking about? Half the time I get on a toilet seat, when I come up, it's wobbly and it's loose. So,
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You just sit on the toilet seat like acoustic.
like raw dog, butt cheeks on the toilet seat.
That's disgusting.
Well,
You're
sometimes
gonna
they
get
have
chlamydia
like,
and then some.
sometimes they have the little like pre-made papers, but who uses that?
Everyone, Sam, that's just, well, I guess if everyone uses it, one person doesn't have to
Why?
because everyone's using it.
I know the comments are going to be full of people saying that, oh my God, you don't use this.
I'm not shocked, but I'm shocked at how many people agree with me on
They
this.
never agree with me. So it's
Which-
fine. I'm just used to it.
You do have an update for everyone.
Okay.
You really had a bone to pick with everyone.
My memory is really bad, by the way. So he's genuinely reminding me of this for the first time.
We get so many hate comments. We get every hate comment under the sun you can possibly imagine. The one thing that really got to Sam was how
I got it.
Go ahead.
It's one crack.
Okay, you guys.
Is that what we're talking about?
You were saying how girls have one crack from their
front to back. Like the top of the front versus all the way up onto your back is one thing.
The butthole. This girl was distraught by everyone telling her, like, girl, it's 2 cracks.
It's literally not 2 cracks. And at first I thought it was just a fat person thing then.
Okay, it stops at the clit though, right?
No, you can't say that word.
Clit?
Yeah, ew. I don't know why.
The man in the boat. That's why I said man in the boat.
What is that?
The clit.
Who had ever said that?
My mom.
What?
I don't know why my mom was saying that when I was younger.
She's Italian. I guess they ride boats and like
She's
little...
Like the man in the boat. The man in the gondola.
The gondola sounds probably more like something I would reference, maybe.
I usually call it the SpaghettiOs meatball.
It's because you've never seen one.
All right. So anyway.
Essentially, I said that it's one long crevice, like one Mariana Trench, right? All the way from the front to the back. I was so confident in saying that. And then upon the podcast episode airing, I think I forgot that was even a topic that we spoke about. And then all of the comments were being like, Sam, can you please go back and take a biology class or a health class?
It was even worse though. It was like, girl, it's 2 cracks.
It's like, not 2 cracks.
They were calling you girl.
Oh, and I spent the next time. So I thought, okay, it's a fat thing. It's because I have some juicy outer, labia. And so I thought, by the way, we're trying to get sponsors talking about clits and labia.
Stop saying that word.
Well, you said it first.
Man in the gondola.
All of the people were just commenting that I'm wrong, right? And so then I spent the next, 2 months, I guess, asking every skinny person that I came across, is it 1 crack or 2? Every single person has said 1. So I need somebody to explain in the comments what the frick you're talking about.
She spent 2 months asking every skinny person she came across.
I'll Google pictures, but I'm afraid of what's going to come up. Maybe
just different.
And every person that I've asked? Well, no. And at first I was like, okay, benefit of the doubt. I'm thick. I got a juicy catucci,
That sounds like an Italian last name.
Well, I don't know. And it honestly just makes me angry. And the podcast comments can make me angry a little bit just in general because everyone is just a little bit more feisty. And honestly, fine. That's whatever.
I also throw you under the bus a lot.
You do. Like, fuck you for that. The seatbelt. Like,
that had to be hit on. Sam doesn't wear her seatbelt.
I do. I do wear it. I can't. It makes me mad. I'm going to get actually mad.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Do you even like Valentine's Day?
No.
Is it because you don't have love?
No, I do.
I know you do.
8-year relationship here.
You're like a veteran.
That's probably why I hate it.
Why?
I just feel like Valentine's Day is such a marketing scheme, like even more than any other holiday. It's
it's what you make it.
Yeah, but your relationship is what you make it.
Yeah.
You don't need Valentine's Day.
Well, you don't. It shouldn't just be Valentine's Day on Valentine's Day, but it's still a day where you can be lovey.
Plus, like, if you're going to, have sexual intercourse on any day, I feel like that's such a gross day to do it.
Why?
Because, everyone's doing it.
That's pretty much, every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Now you know what Sam's doing on her weekend.
No, just think of people who have, the weekends. They're not working. They're not stressed.
I gave a mean Gluck Gluck 5,000 on Tuesday.
Oh my God. We're never getting sponsors, Andrew.
I didn't say anything.
Okay.
Gluck Gluck 5,000.
Yeah. Like my mom's chickens?
Mm-hmm.
If you know, you know, I guess.
Yeah. I really didn't say anything.
Yeah, nothing at all.
But it was on a Tuesday. So being away for 2 months, a lot happened. So much happened, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say more happened in this 2 months than any of the 2 months that we were filming.
Yeah, January, I kept saying this to everybody, was the longest month that I think I've ever lived. January of 2024. It just never ended. But for some people, it went so fast. And was like, oh my gosh, it's already February. No. It was January for a lifetime.
It was. And then I'll think of when I was in New York for Christmas and I'm like, that doesn't seem like that long ago.
That's forever. Like you telling me that you would not stop playing the Avatar game. That was a lifetime ago.
So you want to give you're in a new house.
I am in a new house. That happened fast.
It's not even a house.
It is a house. You keep calling it a mansion.
It is a mansion.
It's a house. It's just a girthy house. She is big and I'm very grateful. But Gerald, I moved in with my boyfriend. Please give me advice.
Give him advice too.
Yeah. We just need advice on living, cohabitating as a man and a woman.
Whoa.
What?
That
is not a big word. Please don't say that's a big word.
Cohabitating?
Cohabitating?
Is that real?
Oh, that's what you mean. It might not be real.
No, I thought it was a big word, but now I'm questioning, is that fucking real?
I wouldn't be shocked because that's very on brand for this podcast. Wait. Saying shit that's not real. So
you're telling me you just threw out cohabitating without even knowing if it's real or not?
You're acting like it would be the first time.
That's a crazy one.
Cohabitating? You're with someone, habitating, living with someone.
Cohabit.
Well, we got to make it ing, like a verb.
To live together and have a sexual relationship without being married. That's
so, is that what that definition is?
You used it spot on.
Is that what the definition is?
Animals that can cohabit with humans.
Cohabitate.
Thrive. No, but no. That's what you're not getting. Like, I'm reading this from Google.
Are you sure it's not like cohabitart?
Cohabitard?
No, cohabitart.
Wait, no, hold on. Guys, Sam is on the brink of getting us invited to Bora Bora.
Come on, we deserve to go to Bora Bora. I saw Brooke's video and she was saying that, like, you know how Tarte always used to have these brand trips? Maybe you guys don't know, but
Brooke from Cancelled.
Yes.
Brooke Schofield.
Back in the day, Tarte would throw like extravagant, like Bora Bora. They've been there before. They've done it before.
Oh, yeah, a few times.
I thought they were done with that era. But then last year, all these brands started doing brand trips again. And it's like, okay, like my followers went up on TikTok. I'm like, oh, for sure we're going to get like some of these invites.
Let me just say this because you said this before. Not that you feel like you should be invited. You just really want to be.
Oh, no. Yeah. I just want to fucking go.
Yeah.
Like it's like one of the few perks. Like, oh, there's lots of perks, I guess. But it's one of the perks to the shop. What? The few.
It's just funny how anything we say as like influencers can be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whatever. We're a little bit less filtered, so to say, on the podcast, probably. I didn't realize they were going on like extravagant ones again. Like Tarte did one last year in like
Turks and Caicos.
Yes. Is that in Mexico? No. I didn't realize they were going on one again. And tomorrow or in 2 days, I was supposed to be going on someone's podcast.
It's a big podcast.
Yeah, a big podcast. And they canceled for a brand trip. Sure as shit, she's going on this trip. And I see Brooke's video and she's explaining that she finally gets invited on one of these Tarte trips. And then my heart just sank a tiny bit, you know, just to feel a little bit jealous. Like, realistically, why the fuck would I be invited? But whatever. And I stopped listening halfway through because I just saw that it got canceled.
Speaking of stop listening, I was not listening to you. I'm thinking of being on a vacation with Brooke right now. I am obsessed with Brooke.
The sad part is she's not going to go regardless.
Yeah, but you're going to
But we're going to show up to the canceled tours. We're going to need tickets or at least like backstage passes and then potentially a one-night stay on the tour bus.
I can sleep in Brooke's bed.
Like at the foot of the bed.
No,
and I don't listen. Okay, is that like outing it? Like I don't really listen to the Cancel podcast because I know it's going to make you upset.
No, I listen to every episode like twice.
No, I know.
So it's fine.
I watch her TikToks. Like I like her short form stuff a lot. But I didn't even finish her video. So all I heard her say was there's a hurricane in Bora Bora and the trip is postponed for like 2 or 3 weeks. I immediately just hop on my TikTok and make a video saying, why am I not going to Bora Bora? But in like a more pathetic and what's the word I'm looking for? Desperate way.
Caesar, can you play the TikTok?
Tarte's bringing people to Bora Bora. And I'm not invited. I look like somebody who would be thriving in Bora Bora, but I'm not invited. What qualifies you to go to Bora Bora with Tarte? Hate to say it, but is it because I'm chunky? Nobody wants to bring a chunk? Or am I just not cool enough? I just want to be considered for these trips for once. Thank you. I don't know. I mean, we're not going to get freaking invited on this trip, but you never know.
The next one.
That's what I'm saying. Like, at least they know about us now. And imagine just like, I know there were a lot of people in the comments that were like, girl, it's for like the beauty gurus. First of all, I do my makeup. I'm a makeup OG.
You do more get readies with me than Tana and Brooke combined.
True, but I'm not as prevalent as Tana and Brooke combined.
Oh yeah, no.
But Tarte, I mean, maybe this is calling them out. They've struggled with being inclusive in the past. So if they're gonna try and include a wider range of different people, why not include a chunk? Why not include a fatty patty?
And her fatty patty friend.
2 fatty patties, and you're gay.
Oh my god.
Like this is just helping even more.
I can sleep in Brooke's bed.
Yeah. Right? We can share a room.
I don't know how we went from like the tour bus to back to Tarte. Like we really do get sidetracked.
We do. And the name is so spot on for us. 100%.
So, okay, these are things you guys need to help us with by spamming everyone that we
We're
mentioned.
the most annoying people.
Yeah.
That's like the number one thing they tell us.
No, because it's split. Half people like when we talk about influencer stuff and half people like when we talk about normal life stuff. So we're going to do
Oh, no, I mean like we do the number one thing like we're not supposed to by like using our influencer-ness to get our fans to annoy the shit out of other people.
Oh yeah.
But it works.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe it works.
We'll see.
We'll
Let's
see.
test it. Let's
Like,
test it, guys.
Tart, are we going? Are we best friends with Tana and Brooke now?
Brooke, Tana, and Tart.
And Trisha.
Oh yeah, but
Why are you shaking your head? You don't think she would like us?
well, yes, that.
Okay.
Trish is very like. I mean, I listen to everything that girl posts. So, and she'll say like, "Oh, like she went on this podcast and it gets like no views," and I'll look and they get like more views than us. Like she'll be like, "Why are you going on that podcast? Like it gets no views."
Oh wait, people only go on podcasts that get views?
No, but I think Trish is very like she's like loves that stuff.
Do we know why we started talking about that?
I don't even know why we started a podcast.
Me either. Like, how do we have a podcast?
I mean, we don't. Look at the wall. It's bare.
The shadow. We could literally do shadow puppets with what's on the wall.
Guys, we promise these shadows won't be here when we figure out why the fuck they're here.
Yeah, but I don't get it. We literally, just so you guys know, we went out. Andrew was here last week, and we got a like $3,000 lighting kit with these 3 massive lights. We spent $2,000 on these chairs. Mind you, we've made pennies from this podcast so
Mind
far.
you, Sam spent $2,000 on these chairs.
But okay, the chairs. I could just rub them forever.
They're like big, huge, half love seat clouds.
Yes. And I'm so comfortable. I could sit here for forever versus in that couch. Oh my God, I couldn't even sit there for 30 minutes before being uncomfy.
Oh.
What?
I asked you to give updates from while you were gone.
Oh, we never even like discussed the moving really.
Yeah. I mean, is there much to say?
Well, no, I just moving in with my boyfriend or moved in, I guess technically not with my boyfriend. And it did happen fast. I have not let myself, I posted a house tour and I haven't let myself look at the comments because people just get so pressed about people moving once
They're
a year.
all really good.
Oh, they're really good?
From what I've seen. I haven't looked at them too hard, but they're all really good.
Yeah, I've learned never dig too deep in comment sections because you'll find the one comment and it'll make you spiral. I mean, I just moved into a house. We had a really just the whole process of trying to find houses and like the renting market because we're not going to buy a house this year. I just knew I needed to live in a house, but Duncan has a yard and it's so big and we have the room for the podcast. So even though it seems like it happened fast.
I'm so happy for Duncan.
I know. The videos of him just like running around in the yard.
And even like your cats, they have such
yes.
a big...
Harlow has space just to like be on her own and not have Duncan in her face, Piper in her face, because we do have 2 dogs now. Not much is different in my life since you guys last saw me other than I live in a house.
Well, speaking of you moving into a new house, I am as big as a house.
Oh my God, you are not.
No, I am.
I literally can't tell a difference.
Well, that's really sad because...
No, it's really sweet of me.
No, it's really sad because I gained like 30 pounds since the summer.
Well, you just carry it very well, apparently.
No, I really don't. Actually, none of my clothes fit me, and that's why I have to rewear this, which I've already worn for an episode.
Okay, well, we're gonna rewear clothes that are in our closet.
Yeah, but I still have like more clothes I could wear. I don't care that much because I realized throughout my life I'm just gonna gain weight, lose weight, gain weight, lose weight. That's what it's been for the past 10 years. I get really skinny, I gain weight.
But how do people stay skinny?
I don't know. Like, what is the secret?
I don't know.
We sound so dumb.
Why?
It's like work out and stop eating, bitch.
No, but here's the thing. Sure, you can work out all the time, eat super healthy all the time. But at what point is that like enjoyable? Like, do you not? Like, how do you find the healthy mix? Because I'm either really good at one where I'm working out and I'm eating like too clean, or I'm eating whatever I want and I'm gaining weight.
It becomes enjoyable because right now we find comfort from pulling into the McDonald's drive-thru. Like, and that's enjoyable for us. But when you have to rewire your brain, and I've only ever done it once in like 2015. That's when I was skinny and working out. I found comfort and enjoyment in like eating healthy.
But are you just like convincing yourself of that, you know?
But just like we're convincing ourselves that McDonald's makes us happy. It doesn't. It makes us miserable.
But like I think the middle would be great.
Yeah.
But how the fuck do you get to the middle? Because I've only ever been one or the other.
Same.
But I've been fat the whole time. That's the difference with me is I've never actually gotten skinny.
Well,
like I'm approaching the skinniest I've been since I graduated high school.
You are?
Mm-hmm.
How much do you weigh? No, I'm kidding.
No, I think I talked about it in a YouTube video. I just haven't posted it yet.
Honestly, like if this was a few years ago, I would have been like devastated. But at this point, I know that I gain weight and I lose it. I gain it and I lose it. And I always get to a certain point, like a certain weight, where I'm like, oh shit. And then I pull back
start
and I
back
lose
again.
it all. And I just got to that point. So I know I'm going to lose it soon. That's just how I work.
I will just avoid the scale when I know that I've been overeating.
Oh, see, I get on the scale more when I'm fat.
Oh.
Yeah, because I like want to feel the hate. I want to feel disgusting. Yeah. I made the brave decision to go into my comments on YouTube and go to the Held for Review. And
What video?
My most recent one, where I thought I looked decent. And
What'd
then
you
there was
do?
another tab that was like, okay, like show the comments that will make you cry. I forget
Wait,
what-
there's another tab?
It's you go into Held for Review, and then there's another one that's like, do you want to do this? And you click that.
You shouldn't have told me that.
Yeah.
I don't want to know.
Well, I went there.
But why?
Oh, I had to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you someone who would like read a Reddit page about yourself?
Yeah, but it doesn't affect what other people say. Doesn't affect me. Like,
Okay, jealous.
you'll see what I have to say about this after I read it.
Mm-hmm.
So this Jeffrey Johnson 724.
That's the name of someone who left it? Okay.
Yeah, no profile picture.
No, of course not.
He said, dude, your face is fucked up because you are eating crap, obviously.
What do you mean your face is fucked up?
Well,
Oh,
that's-
with no context?
No context. Okay. So, dude, your face is fucked up because you are eating crap, obviously. Heat will help make it worse, but it's what you are putting in your body that causes the problem. And don't waste all that money on cleanser and cream crap. You're the oily type, so use a non-greasy moisturizer and quit eating junk. You said you threw your back out. It looks more like you threw your gut out! Exclamation point. Now get yourself on a decent eating plan and lose the damn weight and your skin will clear up. Jeez, boy, you're only young once, so get yourself taken care of before you end up a pitiful case of healthcare problems like Samantha Joe. No, I'm kidding. Unless you want to be blogging on your back with tubes up your nose. Okay, but it was kind of sweet.
How?
Like he cared.
Where was the sweet, actually?
He was like, you're the oily type, so like lay off like the creams and the cleansers and like stop eating junk. Like that was kind of sweet.
How is that sweet? I mean, it might be an answer to a question, but
It's
it
like
is.
he care. Like
He does not care. I guarantee
I
you
posted
that.
this on my story. I know you don't like care.
Pay
about me
attention to
as
you
a
at all,
person.
yeah.
Yeah, you don't watch anything I do. But
No.
I posted this on my story, and I was like, I kind of want to be his friend. It's like tough love. I feel
Laying on the ground with tubes in your throat.
That was really fucking crazy for me because I know I'm big.
You're not.
I never thought I
That-
arose the concern to other people that like I was about to be bedridden. Anyway,
Nobody. Anyone listening is like, wait, did it just end?
Yeah.
Did it just turn off?
Rambo. Oh no.
Oh,
can we say
yeah.
that?
Yeah, why not?
I know this can be like kind of cringy because it's such like a social media thing, but we need to share
Uh-huh.
our favorite things of 2024 so far.
You go first.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Because I need time to think.
I am obsessed. Please don't click off. Just hear me out. I am obsessed
Don't say chicken cup.
with the Avatar game.
Oh.
This is how it happened. Okay, I was going home to New York for Christmas, and my brother bought me an Xbox for Christmas.
Mhm.
Very sweet. I still haven't gotten him a gift, and his birthday also passed. I'm so sorry, Joe.
You looked for gifts.
I did look for them.
Yeah, that helps.
I decided to download the Avatar game, not Avatar: The Last Airbender, like Avatar, like Na'vi, blue, gigantic avatars.
Oh,
right?
Jake Sully, the one that they write like
He
fan
was so
fictions about.
Oh, really? People thought he was hot too?
Apparently, I just saw a video of this guy talking about how this woman said that she got a divorce from her husband because her husband saw her watching or reading fan fiction about Jake Sully and then said that she would risk her whole family over a blue alien and then
Oh, so would I. At
she
this point,
left.
so would I. I don't know if they're considered a race. I don't know if I'm gonna get like canceled.
No, they're a species.
I identify as Na'vi now. No,
Okay.
like me and Katir,
Who?
my Ikrin.
You named him? What's his name?
Katir.
Kakir?
Katir.
Katir.
Yeah, but Katir.
How do you know how to say it?
Because they say it in the game.
Did you make it up or did you just like pick one of 10?
I had to pick.
Okay.
There was like a bunch.
Do you know what it means?
It's the name of my Ikrin. I don't know, but
What's an ikrin?
the like flying pterodactyl things?
Oh, so you're like having fantasies about your bird.
Yeah, let's reel it back. Who the fuck said I'm having fantasies?
I'm talking about like somebody who got a divorce because her husband thought she wanted to sleep with Jake Sully.
Yes, that's what you are talking about. I am saying I will leave this world for my Na'vi people. I stand with them.
Oh, you'll go live there.
And I will defend them.
Oh, I thought you said like you would leave Zach for your ikrin.
No. Zach will come with me. We'll tie our little braids together.
Okay.
Okay, let me rewind here.
Don't you just touch tips?
Me and Zach?
No, with your pair. Well, yeah, it would be you and Zach. Touching tips.
Can we rewind?
Okay.
I just want to talk about my fun video game experience here.
Okay.
I know none of you are interested in games. Just give me like 10
I
seconds.
bet
here.
you there are people interested in games for sure.
A lot of times when they make like games that are like movies, like they'll make a SpongeBob game or they'll make an Avatar Last Airbender game, whatever it is. They'll make a game based off a movie, and it doesn't go that in depth. This game, first of all, the graphics are insane. I took pictures of my gameplay. It looks like the movie. It is insane.
What do you do?
It's open world, so you can go anywhere at any time, do any mission at any time. Like, you control what you're doing.
What's a mission?
Oh, they're gonna get so bored. I don't want to talk about that detail.
Okay, sorry.
But basically, like, the Earth, the sky people, they're taking over Pandora, and you're defending Pandora, and like you go to war. And as you go, like, you have to harvest things. As you're harvesting things, you turn it into like new weapons and new gear, and you level up like your character. And you get so much stronger. And like now I'm like getting unstoppable and I have this crazy gear and like I fly through the air because I have Katir and I throw spears and I blow up these ships. It's crazy. Oh my God, I'm so obsessed. And I cannot tell you guys how amazing it looks. It looks incredible, okay? And I'm going to leave it at that.
But that's something you're really loving this year.
I am obsessed.
If you could sit and play it all day and like stream it, you would.
I did for 2 weeks and I was slipping into a depression. So I realized I was playing it too much because I went to visit my grandma and she asked me like updates on my life. And I was like, I have nothing to say because I've just been playing this game all day.
Yeah.
Day. What's one of your favorite things?
Tart.
Avatar.
Tart.
Avatar.
I mean, there's obviously an obvious elephant here in the room when it comes to my favorites.
I'm the elephant.
No.
Sorry, I was looking at my phone.
I am a crochet whore. It's actually, speaking about like being obsessed with something, it's all I can think about. Like, I made this.
She did. And
I will only bring, I'm also just finished crocheting a purse, insert a picture. And I want to bring it everywhere just so I can hear somebody be like, oh my gosh, I love your purse. Where did you get it? I made it. Thanks.
I want to say from the bottom of my heart.
Nothing nice is about to come out of his mouth.
No, something genuinely nice is about to come out of my mouth.
Rare.
I'm really, really impressed with like the bag and the blanket. Like, they look really good. The first beanie you made was real shitty, but
well, it was, but I had to learn. I had to get somewhere,
and you're just getting better.
My little blue beanie with the scalloped edges is so cute.
My one issue I have with the whole crochet thing is I feel like I'm losing a friend
to crocheting.
Sam, everyone, listen.
Yeah.
When we became friends, it was over Fortnite.
Yeah.
It was over YouTube. And now, like,
we have hobbies and interests in life.
Well, I fell off. You're like some big famous TikToker now. You only talk about crocheting bows and ribbons. I
actually just got a pattern for a crochet bow bookmark because I love to read too and do Legos. Look at me.
That's our, like, in the Venn diagram, Legos falls in the middle.
Yeah, it does. We could bond over Legos. That would be so fun.
I feel like I lost a friend because now she's just like a girly girl and talks about bows and ribbons every day. And
my therapist told me it's because I'm more comfortable in my femininity.
Do you tell your therapist bad things about me?
No.
Is that toxic to ask?
No, I don't even really talk to my therapist about my relationship. We have a couple therapists for that. No, I just talk about like my childhood trauma. And she tells me I score super bad and that I need a lot of help.
Am I supposed to ask you about that?
My trauma?
Yeah.
I'm also talking to my therapist working on responding to people.
Yeah.
Which seems so easy. But she asked me why I don't make friends here. Or like why don't I search out and like seek out new girlfriends, like people to go out to dinners with and all this stuff. And it's like because I don't think I could be a good friend. And I didn't realize it until you went through everything in October, like how much it actually takes to be a friend to somebody. And I was able to do it for you, but I could not do that for 5 people at one time. Yeah. Like I don't have that in me and I don't want to just half-ass be somebody's friend.
It's so funny how big of an issue in our friendship you not answering me used to be. And how I don't even think of it anymore.
Yeah.
Like we both met in the middle so well.
Yes, we have, for sure.
It's not even an issue
Yeah, because I was like super hands-off and you were super needy. And so now I feel like we just have normal communication.
Yeah.
Like it's okay. It's okay if you don't get a response right away, but also like I answer.
And it was weird because like I'm not needy. I was only being needy when I wasn't being answered. And then I was like, I don't need to do that. So
but I also need to answer people.
Yeah, we really met in the middle so well with that.
I can sit like this. There's just so many options for sitting here, and it just makes me so happy.
When I'm skinny, I'm gonna be sitting fucking upside down.
Yeah, that's actually the one statement. I've never been skinny, right? I've never been like really thin. And you said to me once, which you've said it multiple times.
I know what I said.
Where it's just like being skinny when you go to sit down somewhere, when you go to like get up, like everything is just so much more comfortable. You don't have to like move things around. You don't have to like.
When I'm skinny, and I'm only talking for me here, you guys could disagree, but when I'm skinny, I could sit down, get back up, and sit down and still be just as comfortable. Whereas now, like, because I'm like a little heavier, the way things rub against each other, the way things fall and sit,
you like feel your body.
It's like I don't want to get up because getting to this comfortable position took so long. Like you have to like do the
I mean, you guys can see how much I've been moving around in this. My legs are asleep at this point.
I was gonna say us, and like you see other heavier people, they're constantly like doing this and like moving around because they're trying to get everything situated and get comfortable. But being skinny, it's like the only thing I gotta adjust is my wiener.
Oh, see, I don't got one of those.
Yeah, but you do got fat, juicy lips.
But I wouldn't if I was skinny.
Oh, really?
That's all fat that's making those like big. That's not like a flap of skin. Yeah, all I'm saying is I don't want to have to get skin removal surgery on my labia.
No.
That's all. I said all that just to say like.
No, Sam, that stretches enough to have a baby. Like
No, it's not the same thing.
It's pretty elastic down there.
No, that's your like cervix.
I don't want to talk about it because I'll never understand the vagina.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I just am quickly going to say this just for everyone watching because it's going to be my thing of the year that I'm annoying about. Last year it was being 1% better.
Oh.
This year it's for some reason this year, which it all happened with Vlogmas, with me getting sick and then like not being able to post and then wondering why I was being so mean to myself. Like I texted him like 19 times telling him that I'm a failure, even though I had posted like 35, 40 videos or whatever.
By the 19th.
Yeah. And I was texting him all of that, but it all just circled back to like me spending too much time on social media, over consuming it as my job. As creators, I feel like we feel this way in the sense that we're constantly like, well, other people are doing this. Why aren't we doing this? Or like you see how often everyone else is posting. It's like, okay, I'm not doing enough. And that just makes it like such a negative space. Like it almost gets like that ADHD paralysis where it's like I'm so far behind or like I'm so far from being caught up that like I don't know what to do. And so I've just been not consuming it. Well, sometimes I can tell a day that I've watched too much TikTok. Like instead I've filled it with crocheting and building Legos. And my new thing is I'm a housewife. Well, I'm a stay-at-home girlfriend.
Who makes a lot of money.
Well, yeah. I still make my money, but
that just has such a thing around it. Like
what?
Stay-at-home wife, girlfriend. Like that just means
yeah,
you don't make
nowadays
money.
I feel like on TikTok everyone calls themselves stay-at-home moms because they are, but they all are influencers with jobs, obviously. Like, you know what I mean? But like my sister's a stay-at-home mom who's not an actual stay-at-home mom, but she doesn't have a job. Like that is her job. My sister.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shoot. I got sidetracked. I lost my train of thought.
That's a good thing now. Oh, what's your new thing this year?
Filling my time that I would have been spending on my phone with actual hobbies, with something of substance, because I should not be that addicted to my phone and should not be caring so much about what people have to say on social media or like what everyone else is doing. If I'm not seeing it, ignorance is bliss, then I don't know that I'm behind, in quotes. Like I don't know that I'm not doing everything that everyone else is doing. And then I can have enjoyment in it again. And then people will like my content again. And sure enough, the couple YouTube videos I posted this year where I just left them like an hour long, 30 minutes long, whatever, like big girthy ones of me just like talking and enjoying myself and filling my life with things that are actually making me happy. They have so many more views, like double.
Yeah.
People can just like tell, I think like, okay, now there's like happiness involved or like she's like enjoying herself more. And obviously I feel better because I've been on my weight loss journey for a couple months now. There's a tiny little bug. Sorry.
Where is it?
Right in front of my eyeballs.
Is it gonna bite me?
But I just need actually one of you guys to, in the comments, please count how many times we've gotten off track. And then please count how many conversations we've finished. Or if what we think is finishing a different conversation and we never finished what we started with.
Yeah, we had a lot. I mean, we're still going, but we had a lot to catch you guys up on this episode. So if it was a little crazy and off
extra
the walls,
word vomity.
Okay, another one of my favorites, and this I think takes the cake because I'm obsessed. Podcasts.
Oh, yeah, you definitely are in your podcast era.
I am in my podcast era.
Yeah.
I do not miss an episode of Canceled, and I do not miss an episode or a Patreon video of Just Trish. Oh my God, you guys, I am obsessed. And Oscar followed me.
Oh, he was so excited.
I love Oscar. And he actually helped us. I asked him
the lights.
About lights. So he helped us with this. And
we still need more help.
yeah, I mean, we've only talked a few times, and he's only answered me, so it's not like it's not like we're friends. But
I mean, it's the start of something new.
oh, so go spam Oscar. I would have him on the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I love Oscar.
Mm-hmm. We have not really thought about like where our guests will sit. Maybe on the pink stool in the middle.
Yeah, we could.
Or I actually know the answer. Sorry to cut you off. We're going to be so skinny. We can have 2 extra guests because they can sit next to us on our chairs.
Yeah.
Or like we'll be so skinny we can share a chair.
Yeah.
And the guests can have their
I think
own.
it won't be, or even if like we put a bench, like a comfy
Imagine
bench.
there's just someone like
I'll sit
sitting
on
in the
the
middle.
I'll sit on the bench.
It's a joke. They'll be fine. That's just like the spotlight moment. We'll literally get like a big old spotlight and just stick it on their faces. Who would you guys want to see?
Besides Tana, Brooke, Trisha, Oscar, Brianna Chicken Fry, and Grace.
And make sure they have enough money to buy themselves a plane ticket because we're not pulling in on anything yet.
No, but I mean, if they're willing, I'll pay for their plane ticket. So,
those ones covered. Well, we just listed covered, and like Emma covered.
Oh, yeah.
But like any of y'all's people you're gonna suggest, make sure that they are successful and can pay for a plane ticket.
Yeah,
because we haven't started making plane ticket money yet.
No,
not yet. Soon, not yet. We're manifesting.
I'm very obsessed with podcasts though, and Trisha's podcast is like my get ready shower podcast.
Yeah,
/
I know that now.
My drive here podcast.
Yeah,
it has gotten me through so much. So.
I wonder if you bonded with podcasts like during your like sad era.
I didn't want to bring it up again.
Oh, sorry.
No. I didn't want to bring it up again, so I'm glad you did.
No, I mean it's okay. It's a big part of your life the past 4 months.
Yeah, I wasn't able to be alone.
Yeah.
When Adriana first did that.
Mm-hmm.
So even like when I went in the bathroom, I would make Stephanie, because she came to stay with me, she would come and sit in the bathroom and like face the other way.
Yeah.
Or like she would FaceTime me from the other room while I was in the bathroom. And then when it got to the point where like she couldn't do that anymore.
Yeah.
I just started playing podcasts, and it was Trisha's podcast. And canceled, it's weird. I have like daytime and nighttime podcasts. Canceled, I watch them at night or during dinner. But Trisha's is like my daytime podcast / driving. And it's
so long that that's gotta be like so easy too.
And I play it while I'm in the shower.
Yeah.
And her voice is like, you can hear it so well over the shower. So
yes, you can. You can hear it throughout the whole house.
Her and Oscar really, and I've never felt this way about like an influencer, but like they really got me through like a dark time.
Aww.
Their podcast.
You have a parasocial relationship.
Is that parasocial?
I don't feel like
I'm friends with them.
Oh, is that what that means?
Yeah, it feels like,
maybe not.
Like they know you, like you're in a relationship with them.
Oh.
Like you're in a friendship with them.
Oh, see, in my head, parasocial was like, I like feel really connected to them. Which, if they got you through something, wouldn't that mean you're connected, you know?
Well, it's not like their podcast got me through not being alone.
Yeah, that makes sense. I just need to look up definitions and get better at how I know things.
Although Trisha...
Yeah, we did talk about the beef that there's there.
Beef?
Well, she unfollowed you.
Oh, no. She unfollowed me on Instagram. She still follows me on Twitter. But Trisha did reply to one of my comments on YouTube when she was announcing her baby gender. She was on YouTube, and the podcast was set to a premiere, and there was like 40,000 people in it, and everyone was like,
"That's crazy." First of all,
yeah, and her episodes are like 3 hours long, so everyone was like, "Just get to the baby name, get to the baby gender," like bullying her. And so she said in the comments, she was like, "Guys, should I just spoil it for you guys who are in the chat?" And everyone's like, "Yes." And I was like, "Trisha, no, don't spoil it. Like this is a rare moment that only happens like once or twice in your life."
Yeah.
And she was like, "Andrew, thank you so much for saying that. I'm gonna wait." So
and he screenshotted it.
I did screenshot it. It's like hanging up in my room.
It should be framed.
That was
Trisha Paytas talking to you,
and during such a big moment in her life.
Yes, her gender reveal.
Like I helped her make that decision not to spoil it.
Oh, wait, that's actually so cute.
It's iconic.
It is. It truly is. I'll give it to you.
Yeah, she doesn't answer my DMs on Twitter, but she doesn't like answering DMs because she's scared. I
can only imagine how many that she has regardless. Like even from the people that she follows, like I just wouldn't be able to look.
You know what it is about Trisha? And Trisha, I'm obsessed with you. I love you. But I feel like she feels about you however she feels about you in the moment. So like depending on her mood, she likes you or doesn't. Yeah.
I mean, her track record's very all over the place. That would be very on brand for her.
Yeah, and she's so good now. Like she's grown so much, but I'm worried that she wouldn't like me, and that's it.
Wait, why?
Depending on her mood, she could be like, "Oh, he talks about me. Like that's so weird."
Oh.
Or she'd be like, "Oh, that's so nice. I love him."
Yeah. That's kind of what I meant when I was saying like we are the influencers who are sending people to like bombard others. It's like some people are going to look at that and be like, "Oh, cute. They like care and they like me." But some people are going to be like, "Oh my gosh, they're annoying."
Yeah.
Like they're desperate. Come on.
I'm desperate.
That same. Oh, yes, same. Like I'm going to do it. Like do it. Like get people's attention. We want to be like known and have friends. But yeah, I feel that.
I also haven't, the past year, I haven't considered, like I genuinely feel like I'm not an influencer the past year.
But you are. But yeah.
But now, you know, I'm getting back into it. So maybe
that's what am I trying to say? That's the like energy that the internet gives off, or the vibes where you can't have a break.
Yeah.
Like in order, like if the second you're not posting every single day, you fell off.
Yeah.
You're not an influencer anymore. Like that is just not how the internet needs to be. And that's not how the internet ever was. People used to post once a week, once every 2 weeks, once a month, and they were just as big. But now you have to post 2 videos on TikTok a day, 2 videos on Reels a day, a YouTube video every 3 days.
But there's people who do it and it still works. It's the people who
are so big name.
No,
Mr. Beast.
It's the people who post and then they stop posting and they realize they don't get views as much anymore because they stop posting, and then they just stop posting in general. But like, look at Sarah Baska.
Yeah.
She'll post like once every 3 months. She still gets the same views because everyone knows she's not going to be consistent.
Yeah.
Or like Twames.
Who?
Twames. He's been around since like 2012.
Okay.
Maybe even before that. He's Lorraine's best friend. Okay. Really gay.
Okay.
When I'm skinny, everyone says I look just like him.
When I'm skinny.
It's like my most frequent comment when I'm skinny.
Oh, I feel like you showed me one of their videos before.
Yeah, on Omegle.
Yes. Okay.
He's so funny, but
yeah,
he'll post like once a year sometimes, and he'll get like 1 million views.
Could you imagine?
Yeah.
If we didn't post for that long, we wouldn't get views anymore. But maybe like people, well, we always joke about this, that like one day we'll just be able to just have the podcast and it'll just be so successful.
Yeah, if we make it more interesting than this episode.
What do you mean?
I'm kidding.
People just want to hang out with their friends. That's honestly what I've learned. Like when I've always been stressed, especially this past year, so much. I'm like, okay, what do I want to do with YouTube? Because I've been having so much fun on TikTok because it's just new and it's fun.
Yeah.
But what do I want to do on YouTube? Because I don't want to abandon YouTube. And y'all don't want me to abandon YouTube. I think we talked about it in a podcast episode, and everyone was like going crazy, like, "No, you can't leave."
I'm assuming that like people are listening to podcasts like how I do.
Yeah.
And I never watched. I only ever watched YouTube like really edited videos.
Yeah.
Like Emma Chamberlain, Lorraine, like.
But they're kind of like podcasts, just little long vlogs of you talking about.
I watch videos like that where you have to be watching it.
Yeah.
But now that I'm like watching just Trish, and I don't have to watch it. And I want it to be long. Yeah. So I guess.
Yeah. And that's kind of like, I that's got to be why people liked that YouTube video. It was like 1 hour and 4 minutes long. And it has like 250,000 views. But it's me talking about nothing.
Yeah.
Like just for an hour, like just like hanging out with my day.
Yeah. I'm going to have to not watch your videos anymore if they're that long.
Why?
As your best friend.
Well, they have been a little shorter.
But like when we're constantly FaceTiming.
Oh, yes.
Plus my job is editing you.
Yes. It's totally different. But I just say in the sense that like, people I feel like
love it,
the energy that people are shifting away from on social media, at least it's what I've taken away from it as an influencer. You guys can tell me if I'm reading the room wrong, I guess. People are over the like over consuming. People are over the like, oh, you have to the influencing, I guess, in a sense. Like, oh, you have to do this, or like the lives that are so unattainable. And now what I don't agree with is, we've talked about this before too, I think, like when influencers get successful and people don't like them anymore because they have money now. Like it just comes with the freaking job, okay? If you're going to watch influencers eventually and they're successful, they're going to have money. It's just a part of it.
Yeah.
But you don't have to like throw money in people's faces 24/7 and then be shocked at people being upset about it.
Yeah.
Like it's just going to happen. And so I feel like people are past, like they're over that and they just want people that they are showing a real life and that they can relate to. And yeah, you get to do fun things if you get invited to Bora Bora, unlike us.
No, we're getting.
Yeah, we're definitely going.
Yeah.
It's at the same time Mama Kelly's was to come here, so how will I explain that to her?
No, we're going on the next one.
Yeah, the next one. Yeah.
This one we have to politely decline, but.
Correct. I mean, if they told me I didn't get a +1, I would decline. That's how much of a pussy I am.
Yeah.
Like I if I can't bring my mom or Andrew, I'm not going. I don't know why. But shoot. It's gone.
No.
It's totally gone. What were we talking about?
De-influencing money.
Oh, and I feel like people are just leaning toward that. Really helped. Thank you.
Yeah.
People are leaning into the era of we want someone that feels like a friend. We want someone that I've gotten tagged in so many TikToks of people simply saying like, what's a YouTuber you know that doesn't leave their house and just vlogs inside? That like is just like they're just comfy and they're at home and they're cozy, and it's like 99% of the people watching this, that is your life. Like you go to work and then you come home for the rest of the day and you hang out and you just like do your little hobbies that make you happy, and then you wake up and you do the same thing the next day.
Right.
And I feel like that's why people like longer videos now, is because they're over the like fake stuff. And it's hard to post a 10-minute video that actually shows your day, that actually is you hanging out with somebody and having a conversation that means something, that's not just, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm doing. Like it takes time to have that substance in the video.
I'm making the slow move myself to more long form content on YouTube, because I always had to keep mine tapered, hardly showing anything I'm actually doing, and very edited. But I'm moving more towards more long form on YouTube, the podcast, and then short form edited on TikTok.
No, it is fun to have the different. Like it is fun. Okay, on TikTok, I can just post a quick, fun little video that I want, and I can be quirky and funny. And I am like that, like during the day too. But it's just like I also have moments where I'm just chill, and like I'm calm and I'm not running a million miles a minute. My Vyvanse has worn off. Like it's just, and it's okay to show that part of life. And that is what YouTube is for me. The podcast, we can just sit and word vomit all we want. I feel like the podcast has helped you when it comes to like feeling like you can speak in videos.
The last video I posted,
you talked a lot.
I haven't, besides the Adriana video, I haven't posted a video in 5 months.
Yeah,
like
the last
since
one,
July.
the Sensei we filmed was with.
And this last one I posted, it's like 20 minutes long, and I just talked. And it was like good.
Yeah. It honestly just feels like you're talking to a friend. You get so much off your chest. And for a while, I thought people didn't care about YouTube anymore. Not just because the views were lower, but every time that I would meet somebody, it was, oh, I watch your TikToks. I watch your TikToks. And I slowly have been starting to get more YouTube again. Like, oh, I like love your YouTube videos. Or I'll be on TikTok and people are mentioning my videos again.
Yeah.
And the only change is, okay, I'm just getting more comfortable just like hanging out again.
Yeah.
And I really feel like that's the era we're in, and people just like the long form and like hanging out with a friend. So like, I don't care if the podcast is long. Like people just need someone to hang out with. I need someone to hang out with.
Same. Luckily, Trish, guys, become a patron on Trish's Patreon, because
we got to do that.
Yeah, guys. Okay.
We really do.
If we made a Patreon and put like extra videos on there,
like, would you subscribe to it?
Yeah, obviously
we would make it worth it for sure. Like there would be an extra video. Like we kind of thought where we would like one of these days, so he comes on like for at least a full day every week, so we can film these. That we would like film an extra vlog for you guys that would just get posted on Patreon. It wouldn't go on YouTube.
Yeah, Trish does like she'll sit down, she'll do a mukbang, or like a gaming video.
Yeah,
but even if we just did like Q&As or
like something like something that would just be for the Patreon.
Who knows who better? Like just funny
little things. Yeah, or like even if it's just simple as a vlog, we just like turn on a camera and we film the rest of our day, not just the podcast. You get episodes early.
Or I don't know how comfortable you'd feel. I would talk more in depth about like tea.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah, just a little bit more of like a exclusive community, because I mean, at the end of the day, we have poured a lot into this podcast. And like
Sam moved, so I'm now traveling like 5 hours here.
It just costs us a penny, let's just say that, to run this, and we are super passionate about it. And I just don't want to rely on having to have sponsors 24/7. It'd be nice for sure, just like get some money back. But it's definitely like a passion project at this point for us. And I just think it'd be a way that we can like engage with you guys more personally, and also stop digging into debt. Yeah.
And I know,
and obviously we wouldn't be like charging you hundreds of dollars, but
no, there would be
just like small little.
The highest tier would definitely be like they could have a say in like what we do.
Yeah.
I'm just going off of
like Trisha's.
Yeah. Because I feel like she has a really good system over there, and she's so
we would make it worth
it
for sure.
She's so passionate about it.
I watch another podcast. It's called like Christ with Coffee on Ice by Ali Yost, and she has one too. And like we just notice a lot more people in the podcast like space starting them. Just as I feel like the podcast community is so different than the rest of like social media. Yeah. Like the people that sit and listen to this podcast, I'm gonna say it. It might be controversial. I'm gonna say it. If you watch our podcast, you're a real fan.
Yeah.
Like you have followed us. Like, cause like watching my YouTube, okay, but it's a big platform, right? Watching my TikTok, okay, it's a big
Oh
platform.
my God. Shout out anyone who came up to us in public and noticed us.
For the podcast in Olive Garden.
Olive Garden.
Mhm.
Olive Garden girl, we love you. Both Olive Garden.
Olive Garden girl. Yeah, both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there was another one too. At Disney, the girl who listens to the podcast, that was like the beginning of the podcast.
And the mall.
And the mall.
Shout out to you guys.
That's like honestly going to be like the OG, like really real ones. They're going to be like, I love you for your podcast. So if you ever see us and you want to be like, oh my gosh, I love your YouTube videos. So you love our podcast.
Yeah. Anyway, should we get into...
Yeah, we have not even gotten into anything to do with lovey-dovey.
Should we get into relationship stuff
yes.
for Valentine's Day?
Yeah, we might as well. Even if we just like touch our toes, you know? One of the most popular podcast episodes that we had per season
was relationship advice. So we want to give you guys a little bit of that for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Even though we've both only been in one relationship and they're both long term.
But like who says what the qualifications are for that, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I think we're qualified.
Qualified is crazy.
Yeah. Well, we've been in relationship, you know? It's probably more qualified than somebody who hasn't been in any. And who cares? Just take our advice with a grain of salt, okay? We're not therapists.
I mean...
LOL. I'm so sorry. I just glanced down for 5 seconds and all I saw was, how do I get a man to apologize? That's tough.
That is tough.
I mean, it just depends on the man. Gerald says sorry. I might have to like explain it a little bit and like the why. But I've also learned, I think it's all about how you explain something.
Yeah.
Like, do your best to not come off as defensive or like attacking. The couples therapist essentially said that if you, especially I feel like this is very prevalent towards men, right? Because men have this thing where,
oh, you are going to get dragged on reels.
I don't care. Men have this thing where they get incredibly defensive no matter what you say to them. Like there is.
I would like to say people have that, not just men.
Men.
Me being a pick-me for reels.
Yeah. Okay. Well, do you want me to specify straight men?
No, I don't care.
Okay. I can.
No, I'm like,
I'm not afraid of them. That would piss them off more.
Okay.
Straight men
get
super
I'm just
defensive.
The outline again.
They just, I guess all I have to say is think about what you're going to say before you say it and try to make sure it's not defensive now, or it's not attacking, or like just switch little words in your vocabulary. Like, but I can't remember if he said don't say should and shouldn't, or do say should or shouldn't. So I don't want to give advice that I don't remember because, you know me, my memory. But for me, it's helped a lot if I just think about, well, first of all, I have to pick my battles. Is it actually that deep? Like, but if he did something really wrong and you're explaining it to him in a way that's like calm, like make sure you've calmed down first. Like when you're speaking out of emotion, nothing good is going to happen. And you're probably not going to get the response you want out of him. So make sure you're calm, like collect your thoughts. It helps me to write them down. Yeah. So I know exactly what I want to say, because in the moment I will not say what I thought I wanted to say. Like I'll get so far off. I'll like make so much sense when I'm having the conversation with myself in the shower. But then when I go to have the conversation, I never say actually what I want to say, because I hate confrontation and I'm not good at it. And like sticking up for myself almost I'm not good at. And so I write it all down and I present it in a way that's like graceful and that I will feel good about afterwards. Like I said my piece. And well, first of all, if your man is just not willing to say I'm sorry, like get a new one. Yeah. Like that's a red flag. If they really can't admit that anything wrong, that's bad. But what are we talking about?
How to get a man to say sorry.
Oh, yeah. Say your piece and just do it in a way that is calm, that they're not going to feel attacked, because they just don't react well. They're kind of like little, they act like they're not sensitive. Men are pussies.
They're very, oh God. Oh.
Clip it.
Well,
eventually I'm going to be so skinny they can't call me Fatty Patty. So like, what are they going to say about me? That I'm not beautiful? You're wrong.
Yeah, that's wrong. Because most of those comments were like, if she lost weight, she'd be beautiful.
Like, yeah, like shut the fuck up. Like, you know I'm pretty.
Anyway, my advice would be, and this is, I don't obviously have a therapist. I do want to get a therapist.
Oh, but you are a man though.
I am a man.
Yeah, so how would I get you to apologize?
Me?
Why didn't we start there? How did we get you to apologize?
I feel like I'm pretty good with apologizing. Yeah. Just because, like, I don't have, like, an ego like that. I have an ego in certain ways, but not like
straight men have egos.
Yeah. Because, like, you know, a lot of times I'll be like, wait, no, you're right. You're right. Yeah.
We do get in, like, really petty little friend fights, though.
I do this thing a lot with you.
Yeah.
for no reason. I think just because we're together so much.
Yeah.
You'll say something and I'll be like, without thinking, I'll just be like, no, like, and then like, like, and I'll be like, no, it's this, and like, without even thinking, I forget like to think like, wait, let me like fact check that in my head.
The way that we both pull our phones out so fast and start Googling it.
We're so quick. You'll be like, well, no, because, and then I'm like, well, no, and I don't have time to think. And so then I just start defending my side, even though like I haven't fact checked it.
But same.
And then you'll know after like a few minutes, I'll come to and I'll be like, wait, no, you're right. Like,
we're not talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
Like we're like both defending our own truthful sides, what we're actually talking about. And then we're like, oh wait, you were talking about that?
Yeah.
I meant this. I was talking about this other thing.
And this isn't a bad thing. It's just, I want to kill you sometimes.
Yeah.
You'll say something and then I'll say something right after, like, oh, that's like it's something completely different. And you'll be like, no, that's not what I'm saying. And I'm like, no, I know, but that's what I'm saying. You do that a lot. And like, I only hate it because I don't want you to think I'm telling you you're wrong.
Yeah.
I'm just saying something else. No, and
yeah.
you'll be like, no, that's not what I'm saying. And I'm
yeah.
like, no, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
bitch.
good to know.
Yeah.
I'll try and be more aware.
Yeah, so I definitely do the thing where like I just start defending a point in my head even though I don't know. And then I come to and I'm like, oh wait, no, you're right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I guess Zach can be very, I'm sorry, but.
I hate that.
Yeah, and I want to kill him.
That's not owning your shit.
Yeah.
Like you're not actually sorry if it's followed up by but.
Let me just, I said he can be. Not always, but.
No, yeah. We only have our relationships that like.
I don't have a therapist or anything. I want to get one eventually. I think everyone should.
Yeah.
Especially if you plan to get married.
Yeah.
But my advice would be, instead of like saying your piece, let them say their piece and say, well, how can I help? How can I fix that? What can I do to fix that? And solve their side first. And then you can say, you know, okay, so like since, you know, we're on the topic, can I say something that's been bothering me? And maybe we can work through it as well. That way he's already happy. Like you solved his side and then you can go over your side rather than him feeling like you're weaponizing what you're saying.
Yeah. You
can solve his and then you can say your piece and he won't feel like you're weaponizing it because you already solved his. You know what I mean?
Yes. It doesn't work for my relationship though.
Okay.
But it could. I can see how it could. But I've tried and then we get in like the fight where it's like not tit for tat.
Gerald
like,
being outside the door and I'm
he's
like stressed.
Fine. No, not like a negative way, but it's just like I can see how that would work. I think you have to know your partner too.
Yeah.
Because if I let him say his whatever is wrong with him and then I'm like, okay, well, can I have my turn now? He'll then feel like, or maybe but it's happened for me too. Like where I've like, it's been like, I've felt that way. I've been on the other side of that for sure as well. Like where he has given in and then like has had something to say. I think it's gone both ways.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well now I think you're like keeping score in the back of your head of this is an issue that you didn't bring up, but now because I brought up an issue, you now have an issue to bring up too. Yeah. And I can see like for us, it just doesn't work. Like we have to like, I think we have an issue with tit for tat. Where we do the but. Like we do the, well, okay, well, you are mad at me for this, but you also don't do this. Like we got in a fight yesterday about the dog poop outside. Oh, yeah. Because
I was, I heard you guys like fighting downstairs, so I was upstairs in the bathroom and I had already shut the lights, but I didn't want to turn them back on. So I shut the lights, so I'm standing in the dark bathroom and then I didn't know that like Gerald came upstairs.
Yeah.
And he just like walked past the dark bathroom and I was just standing there like, waiting
he
for it to be done.
I thought you were so weird.
And then he just walked by the bathroom and I was standing in the dark and he walked by the pitch black bathroom and I went, hi Gerald, because I got and so
that would creep me out so bad.
So uncomfortable.
No, we did the butt thing.
He was like, hi Andrew. And he kept, I was like,
oh no. We just got in a stupid little petty fight because like it was that. It was, well, I didn't do this, but you didn't do this. Like that just gets us in worse fights.
I think it's also important to remember that in every single relationship,
it's all different.
There are fights, even the most. That's why.
Oh yeah.
The reason why you feel like we're sharing so much about our relationships right now is because it's normal.
It is,
and I think it's so toxic. These
perfect couples
perfect relationships where like every day it looks like they're having a picnic, but
and then they get divorced.
It's not real. It's just simply not real.
I'm gonna be honest. if you have never fought with your partner, I have questions.
Yeah.
Like you're either not comfortable because there's no way that, I mean, or maybe you're just a 1 in a million or a billion or a trillion.
My parents.
Yes. But they bicker.
Yeah, but I literally never even heard them bicker until like the past 5 years. And it's not, they've just been bickering because they're getting older, but.
Yeah. And they get to have more time to be around each other 24/7.
They're
you know
both
what I mean?
retired.
Yeah,
now.
right. Yeah. But it's just like you're going to have things that you don't like agree with, or they're going to get on your nerves, especially when you start living with someone. Like I asked for advice and I got a lot of good advice actually of people just like reminding me, like, don't let roommate issues become what you like your relationship issues. Like pick and choose your battles. Like it's not worth ruining a good day over the dishes.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, if your partner's simply not doing anything, or like you're trying to get them to apologize and they're not taking accountability for anything, those are extremes, right? That's a problem. But the tiny little things every day sometimes just aren't worth fighting over. Like you have to decide, okay, is this actually worth it or is it not actually worth it? Is it not that deep? Like the last time we were in therapy, we were talking about how like I have really bad ADHD. Gerald has OCD. So he needs things like perfect and clean in a certain way. And our therapist said that he is Gerald and his wife has the worst ADHD he's ever seen. And how he's just learned that he's good at cleaning up those little things.
Can you ask him what you do when you have both?
What, right? But he said, he's like, I know that when she's in her moments where, like, especially if I have my medicine, I'm so much better. But there are times where I don't have my medicine and I will have 19 tasks started, or I'll have to do the dishes.
Yeah.
And it's not intentional. I'm not doing it to cause a problem or to like make a mess. But he has just learned that she's not doing anything negative. She is helping. She just might have had a bad day. Like she wasn't able to get as much stuff done. She might have had a bad mental day. And he's like, I'm able to clean it up. I'll just clean it up. Like it's not worth me fighting with her about it. That's just how she is. And at some point you have to acknowledge who your partner is.
Yeah.
And like we're not all perfect and we're going to have fights, but they should say sorry.
Yeah.
If they hurt you. And so if they're not willing to say sorry, if that's the issue you're having here, is like, how do you get them to apologize because they won't apologize for anything? Maybe there's a problem.
How to get out of the constant argument phase with your partner.
That's a phase.
A juicy vacuumed Gluck Gluck 5000. I'm telling you. It's just, it works every time.
Are you sure? Because sometimes I feel like guys will be really sweet and then like they get it and like you have a day or two until they like sweeten up again.
You produce enough saliva? Go again?
I'm not, no.
Oh.
I have that problem.
You what?
TMI. I sometimes have that problem.
Dry mouth?
Yeah. It's actually a symptom of my medicine.
Oh.
So like I just struggle with a dry mouth sometimes. But there are 3 phases to a relationship. The honeymoon phase. So it's like super happy and you're in love, whatever. Then there's the difficult phase.
Yeah.
Where you're fighting a lot. Like a lot. I mean, maybe some people will skip that phase. Or maybe they don't skip it. People's timelines are different. Mm-hmm. Some people will be in the honeymoon phase for 3 months, some for 2 years, some for 5 years, and then they'll get to that difficult phase. So it might seem like, I don't know, but it's hard.
I think you could also go in and out of it.
Yeah, that is true. Well, I've heard it's like a cycle, like a 10-year cycle or something.
Oh God.
And you go back to the beginning and then you like start over again. I don't know what the exact time frame on that is, but I have heard that it's a cycle that like repeats over and over again. But at some point, which I don't know if this is controversial, like love is a choice. Like that little like obsessive honeymoon phase love is gonna go away.
Yeah.
And you have to choose to wake up and like be like, this is my partner. I'd rather choose to do it with you than to start over and try to do it with somebody else. Cause you're gonna have the same problems. Cause like some of the problems do stem from yourself, even though we're not gonna admit that as people.
I just thought of a really good point.
Okay.
It's kind of off topic, but I think the best thing to do is to look into love languages.
Oh, for sure.
Love language me and Zach have complete opposite love languages. Same. And we need to make it an effort to make sure the other one feels loved. Zach he appreciates acts of service. Yeah. I appreciate affection and words of affirmation.
We're the same.
Yeah.
In so many ways, me and you and...
You explained it in the perfect way once. Yeah. Because I say this all the time.
Okay.
You said if you took me and Zach, all our traits and characteristics, put it in a bowl, and you and Gerald, all of them put them in a bowl and mix it together, they would be the exact same bowls.
Yes.
Like I have certain things of Gerald and certain things of you.
Yes.
And vice versa.
And vice versa, for sure. Yeah. We are so incredibly similar.
Yeah.
And Gerald just told me yesterday that he realized with his best friend that they're dating each other. So Gerald is dating Nick, his best friend.
Okay.
and Nick is dating Gerald.
Okay.
And like, so like I'm like Nick and Gerald is like Val.
That's funny. I feel that way. Well, obviously us, but me
Yeah.
and my brother. My
Yeah.
brother always dated girls just like me.
Uh-huh.
And I'm dating Zach. He's just like my brother.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like as humans, we just latch to like certain types of people, like what's
Mhm.
comforting. Like we obviously vibe with certain types of people, so it just works.
I also like, I have had like a decent amount of friends, and all of my friends have no other friends. Like they don't like Stephanie.
Yeah.
No other friends. You don't
Yeah.
like anyone else. Like,
Go ahead and point out the fact that I'm lonely. It's fine. I don't feel lonely though.
but it's a choice.
Yeah, I was gonna say I
How many
finally
people
have
wanna be your
gotten to
friend?
that point in my life where I don't need a massive group of
I'm
friends.
at that point now, too.
Yeah, like I'm comfy. I'm good. I've got my handful, and they keep me busy, and it's hard to respond to them all the time. Well, I can have a quick answer to one of them if we want like a short and sweet answer. How do I get out of a situationship and into a relationship? Well, if you're talking about the same person, you just simply ask and get it over with. And if they're not willing to be in a relationship with you, Heiko out, somebody else will. And then I feel like you should maybe start looking for your relationships elsewhere. Because I feel like where people go wrong nowadays is they go looking for relationships in places where people clearly aren't looking for relationships. It's rare that you're going to meet someone at a bar that you're going to get in a relationship with. Usually when
Yeah.
people go out to the bar, they're looking to hook up, they're looking to just like for something casual, whatever. Or if you're going on like a Tinder, like most people on Tinder aren't looking for a long-term relationship. Now, do people get on long-term relationships on other apps? Sure. But like try meeting somebody at like the grocery store. Like just, or set your intentions when you meet someone. Like when you say, what are you looking for when you start a conversation? Be honest. I'm looking for a long-term relationship. And then when they say they're not, walk away from it.
Yeah.
Don't like make exceptions anymore, or you're gonna end up in the same position over and over again. Like take what people say as face value. If they say they're not interested, or they are interested but they just don't know what they want yet, take it as that and go find someone who does, because you're just gonna end up in the same spot. Oh, the constant argument phase. It will get better. You'll get to the good phase.
Yeah.
Like you do figure it out eventually.
Yeah. And maybe at a certain point you'll realize you're not compatible.
That's true too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
You
fine.
got to get through it. Like you either get through it or you won't.
Yeah.
But once you get out the other side, I would just focus on learning how to fight.
Turn your rings out.
No, like learn how to fight better. Like where it's not a fight.
That is such.
Do you
bad
get what I'm
advice.
saying? No, but like
How to express yourself without fighting.
Well, yeah. Like I guess learn how to conversate without it having to be a fight.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I'm trying
Learn
to
how
say.
Fight better.
Well, do learn how to fight better. Like learn how to take something where you're in that moment where you're able to recognize, okay, it's getting heated and this is not going where I thought it was going to go. It doesn't need to be this. And like learn how to turn that around. But that's going to look different depending on your partner.
Yeah.
You got to figure out how to like
Harness your emotion.
de-escalate things.
I think just
And nothing, it doesn't always have to be a fight.
harness your emotion.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, for sure. That's another thing that therapist said. He's like, first of all, he said that.
Kind of a therapist.
Yeah, kind of. He said that technically there's no diagnosis of anger. So like there's no like, there's anxiety.
You're just an asshole.
What?
You're just an asshole.
Yeah, I guess. But like you're in control of your own emotions, even though you don't feel like it. Like that is up to you. Like someone could still make you angry, but you don't have to stay angry. Like you don't have to give that to them. Like they don't get to have that power to like make you angry. And it would obviously like take time to learn how to control that. But like a lot of fights happen out of anger.
Mm-hmm.
And that isn't something that it's like usually anxiety based. Like anger is usually anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
And so like there's like ways you can learn. It's obviously like a deep thing. I should honestly like remember to ask him what the books were and you guys can read them if you're having that same issue, because we've been having that issue for a while. And so like just like learning how to like redirect things. Like you don't have to stay angry for like a whole day because of one thing. Yeah. Anyways.
I can't hold a grudge for more than 5 minutes.
Yeah, me too. And Gerald can.
Yes.
And so it's just like so we've realized we've been talking for actually way too long.
You guys needed a girthy episode. We needed to make up for the time that we missed.
That is true. We've been gone for months. Okay, you deserve it. But we just wanted to end on, I was going to say a light note, but this does say anti-Valentine's Day horror stories. So I don't know how light it's going to be, but maybe you'll giggle or jaw drop.
We haven't read them yet. So
No, I have no idea what I'm about to read. So I'm going to read one. Andrew's going to read one. And then we are going to bid you adieu for a week. And we will see you next week. But okay. Here is the first horror story. I was working overnight at a restaurant here in Florida for Thanksgiving, and I was serving couples all night for Valentine's Day. And this guy came in by himself and was on the phone, and I heard him say, "She said I have a small dick, dude." So I pretended I didn't just hear his conversation and greeted him. He ordered coffee, and then he said, "Can I ask you something?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." And he goes, "Does size really matter?" Of course, I was like not prepared for this question. So I just, in an awkward tone, said, I guess it depends on what you can do with it. So I cut that. Fast forward a couple weeks later, instantly recognize this guy when he walks in. He sits in the back booth. He orders whatever. Everything's fine. I tell him I will be right back with his food. I come back and he's in the bathroom, but left his phone face up, unlocked on the table with a picture of his dick.
He has an embarrassment kink, right?
So purposely for me to see, like set it on the edge of the table where I would be standing.
Is that the end?
Yeah.
Well, I wonder how big it was.
Probably nothing.
Oh, he has an embarrassment kink, for sure. That's a thing. I've seen it on Twitter.
Well, yeah, like pay pigs, right?
What?
Pay pigs?
Pay pig?
Pay pig. Where like men will pay you to degrade them.
What?
To degrade them.
Oh.
Like they just want you to tell them like how stupid and small. I see it on TikTok. People like make like thousands of dollars. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, men surprise me every day. All of the weird things that are in this world are because of men. Everything weird is because men, like, I'm sorry, like, why? Like, do you think that like a woman would come up with, degrade me and I'll pay you?
Yeah.
It came from men.
I mean, I think
other women that might be into it, sure, but
I just hate in any form. I don't even want to use the word stereotyping because that's so but just like a huge group of people, like all this are bad.
I didn't say they're all bad, they're weird.
Yeah, but all this are weird, you know?
Yeah, but they're all weird.
I think it's just people. They're good people and bad people. I've seen girls.
But do you realize like a lot of the reason that like a lot of this stuff exists is because of men?
Well,
we're gonna get in our first fight on the podcast.
Well, who raised the men?
The terrible fathers and the women that have tried to help. I just said that to piss him off.
Oh, I'm not.
Oh.
I just think anyone who looks at a huge group of people and says this about them is crazy.
Uh-huh. One of my friend's boyfriends paid to wash the stripper down at the strip club. Like he wanted to like give her a bath. You don't think that's weird?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But would I do that?
You think that was... No.
Am I a man?
You're a gay man.
Okay, but...
I think straight men are the problem.
I genuinely don't think my brother would ever want to wash a stripper.
Well, no, obviously there's a few exceptions. But no, but listen. I'm not saying all... I never said all men are bad. I said that the weird things in the world, a lot of them came from men. Like a lot of those ideas were thought up by men. Like men's like sexual kinks and fantasies are really weird.
I could agree.
And I'm not saying there aren't women out there that are into it. But like they've come up with weird shit. Like I've never seen like did you see the man who like had sex with his car?
Yeah, but I also saw the woman who married her fence.
And she also got divorced and was married to the Eiffel Tower too.
It didn't say sorry.
But she never said that she had sex with them. That's an emotional thing. It's not any better.
See, everyone's weird.
Yeah, I get that, but I think it came from men. Men were first, so they're the problem.
Okay.
I've done everything to come up with awful clips just so we're on the same page.
I remember this one girl. She worked at Trader Joe's.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And she would rub her... No, we're not going to get into this.
I mean, I did see a woman in Wisconsin... like someone's mom for sure, just like at a random club karaoke bar, but there was no karaoke, just had her shirt up, titties up, and she was like just really giving it to us for no reason, unsolicited.
It's become so popular to hate on men. No, let me finish. But I am so like for the women because I think women are looked down on. Like, I'm
Yeah.
so for the women. Like, I'm not even. I would say
No, I'm just
people
messing.
are annoying.
Yeah.
Like, my best friends are girls.
Yeah.
Like, you are a boss bitch. Stephanie's a boss bitch. Like, women are looked down on. But on social media, like, it's been so common. Like, the ick. Like, people are getting icks from, like, men getting frappuccinos. Like, it's so stupid.
Yeah, those videos are such an ick of guys writing down like, oh, another thing we can't do. Like, oh, don't breathe. They'll add it. They'll like go to them adding it to the
like,
list.
Everyone's like, the guys are annoyed because, like, then the guys are like, oh, well, girls do this. And I'm like, you're the same problem. Like, you're saying girls do this. It's just people. People have their own preferences, their own likes, their own weird kinks, everyone is different.
Yeah.
And it's just people.
Yeah.
Everyone can be weird. And this is why I get so, like, it's like, just focus on yourself. Like, stop trying to be the Katniss Everdeen of whatever the fuck you're trying to be the Katniss Everdeen of. Just focus on yourself. And I'm not saying this to you. I'm saying this because you're not bad. It's like, focus on yourself and stop worrying about other people. And then if someone comes to you, like, if the guys in the comments, like, then okay, valid, because they were being such assholes. But it's like, stop trying to lead this revolution and be like, all guys are this, all girls are this, because it's a never-ending battle. All black people are this, all white people are this, it's just a never-ending battle. So if everyone just, like, spreads love and focuses on themselves, I think it would just stop. But instead, everyone's trying to prove why the other race, why the other gender, why the other is worse. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
What?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing. For some reason, I'm just passionate about it.
Yeah. Well, everyone is. And I don't get, I'm like, no one's ever going to win.
Well, I just think it's like really funny that like men are so like, we're so over it, as if they've ever been the people that have had an issue. They've always been the people suppressing other people. It's always been the men. And so I think it's just like, you even see things like with like Barbie winning the guy gave the speech at the Golden Globes? What was that? Who like ever like thought like, of course that they let him like let those jokes pass through did you see that Ryan Gosling's song won and he was like, what do you mean my song won and Billy's didn't?
Oh yeah.
Like, I'm Just Ken won over What Was I Made For? Yeah. You know what I mean? But like, oh yeah, of course they heard that song and they were like, yeah, I'm Just Ken. Like, as if the movie was about, it had a good storyline for Ken, but as if that was the point. The point was about women. Yeah. But it still gets overshadowed by men. Crazy. Like, but that's just like the overarching theme. And I think it's just like funny when women start to say something or like, it's like, oh, you're being mean to us. Like, we can't be perfect. We don't have enough. We can't have icks. Like, or like, nothing we can do is right. It's just like, I guess. But also, like, anyone that's ever been mean to me has always been a man. Like, I don't see, it's not always men. But I don't see women treating people as often the way that men do. And like, you'll think your man is being nice, but you don't know how he's acting in private. Yeah. Women are really bitches too, though. I had a statement, but I can't remember it. I get women have treated me horribly. Mm-hmm. So, like teachers, my manager who fired me for being gay, like, I think it's just people. But people suck. I guess we agree to disagree. People suck, for sure. I just don't believe you're the problem. Yeah. So it's like, I think you can see it from a different perspective, but maybe not the right one. Because I understand it's not just, like, you have to learn a person for who they are rather than what gender or race or whatever they fall into. Yeah, but I think you also have to look at about like how mass groups of people are treated by certain people. And how like there are just like certain things that like men can do that women can't. And that maybe like I don't experience as much because I'm fat. Yeah. But like there are a lot of things that men don't have to think about that women do because of men. Yeah. And like that just goes so deep. Oh, if we are talking about which gender causes more problems for the other gender. And just the world. Please name a big world war that was started by a woman. I mean, 100%. You can't deny. That men have caused every major world issue. Okay, well, hold on. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you can't deny that men cause more problems for women than women cause. No, but can you name like, actually, anyone watching this, I need to know if my argument's invalid. Like, name one for me, please. Name a major world issue, like world-changing issue, world war, conflict, whatever, started by a woman.
Well, I mean, we don't know all of history. You don't know, like, you know, these boss-ass bitches back then who were
But they didn't exist because you weren't allowed to be.
Cleopatra.
What?
Cleopatra.
Did she start a major world issue?
No, but she existed and she was like a queen or whatever.
Yeah, but queens weren't the same. They didn't have the same power that kings did.
She had power.
Not the same.
Who was
Did
the
he just
king
come
when
in?
she... Well, we don't know who was king.
Wasn't it Tut?
With Cleopatra?
I thought so, no?
If so, they were iconic. We should be there for Halloween. Can we? Is that...
I don't know. I don't think you can.
Keep that in.
Oh, I don't know. But like, it's just different. And I got really obsessed with like the kings and queens back in the day and how like, if he quite literally didn't want to be with you anymore, he could just divorce you, or he couldn't divorce you. So he'd cut your head off. Like, he could just say you did something, and him saying that was enough for you to be killed. Like, your word meant nothing.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, like, I just still can't think of a war that we started as women.
Well,
I'm gonna love the clips from this.
No, you're gonna...
We're getting in trouble for this.
Who? Bitch, who is we?
Well, I'm not afraid of the straight men.
Me either. I don't care. But I will be annoyed if like it's clipped where it looks like I'm like, yeah, and then
Yeah,
everyone's like this faggot, like blah blah blah.
Oh.
Which is fine. No, I don't care. Call me a faggot. Like, fuck you guys. I really don't care. But
I'm not like uber feminist, but I'm not.
You're not. No.
Like, I'm like, but I just, like, men make me angry, except for my lover.
Now let me say what I say. I think women are so much funnier than men. I am so much more infatuated with women. I love women. My only point is that I would never say all men, all women.
Yeah.
I'm saying I find women funnier.
Okay, so I changed my initial statement then.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna meet you in the middle somewhere. Okay.
Yeah.
This is how we should have conversations. This is how you have arguments, good fights. You know. If I said all men, I take back the statement. I reject or I retract.
Mm-hmm.
But I stand by me saying that most really weird shit stemmed from men. Not all men, but that one weird fucker.
Yeah, I still think that's so broad, but it's such
like the issues thing, I stand by a lot.
Yeah.
Like, imagine how much things would have been avoided if women were running it. Because we're so much more emotional. We think so much more with feelings.
Oh, like 9/11, women would have landed the plane. Not in a...
I'm sure like some people tried.
Yeah.
Right?
That hits really close to home for me, literally.
Yeah.
We saw the smoke that day.
And your dad was supposed to be there?
Anyway.
Yeah, what is happening?
This is your fault. See,
this
she
is
tries
yours.
to fight. She tries to fight.
Well, how did we end up
guys,
here?
Notice how calm... I'm like, no, we can't say anything about all people. Like, spread love. And she's like... Ugh. And as I'm talking,
it's just
like,
men. I'm passionate about it. They're fucking mean. And weird. I'm sorry, why do you have a... I don't know. I just can't.
I gotta go home.
It's gotta be a difference with like how your penis feels versus your vagina. With sex. Like, it has to be that much more driving or something. I don't know what I'm saying anymore.
You're going off the rails.
Okay, we just gotta end it. We love you.
We love you.
We don't know why we're still talking.
Girthy podcast. So random. We got sidetracked.
We got sidetracked. And guess what? We're gonna do it again next week.
Yeah.
See ya.
Love you.